I'm Heather.
And I'm Katie.
And today is Cookie Friday, but we're doing something special. Goin Batty's going international.
Yeah.
We have a cookie recipe from Australia. Alright, so this recipe came from a lovely viewer, Amy T, who is in Australia. And so I guess here in the States, we're unusual because every other English-speaking country calls cookies biscuits, and we call them cookies.
Do they call biscuits cookies?
No, what we call biscuits, they call scones.
Scones.
So
And what do they call scones?
I don't know. So we are going to be making an, I believe it's pronounced ANZAC biscuit. And what Amy told me is that this is the cookie that they have on their version of Veterans Day. So we're going to show you how to make these.
Let's get started.
Let's do this thing!
Let's do this thing!
All right, so we're going to start with melting our butter. So we have our butter melting, and we also have water in the microwave. Oop, oven preheated. We have water in the microwave that we're boiling because we're going to need that for later. So first we're going to start with just melting the butter. While our butter is melting and our water is boiling, we are going to add in our dry ingredients and mix those together. So we have a cup of flour, 2 cups of rolled oats, and 1 cup of sugar. A half a cup of sugar. So a half a cup of sugar, and then we're just going to whisk these together. All right, so in this recipe, it calls for something that we don't use here in the States very often. In fact, we actually had to order this on Amazon because we didn't have a grocery store around here that carried it. So it's called golden syrup. And this one is Lyle's golden syrup. So that's what we have. Now, Katie, open the lid and tell me what it tastes like.
It tastes kind of like caramel.
Here, let me taste it.
Try it.
Try it. Oh, that is super sticky. It's got the consistency of honey, almost a little thicker than honey.
Yeah. It tastes like caramel, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It tastes like caramel.
There you go, folks.
So we're going to be using this in our cookie recipe. I'm sorry, our biscuit recipe.
Our biscuit recipe.
Yes. All right, so here's a little trick. When you're measuring super sticky honey, golden syrup,
Maple syrup.
maple syrup, or corn syrup, this is important. If you want to get it out of your spoon, you take your spoon and you spray it with cooking spray. So that way it slides right on out.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to do it.
I don't want to spray it on you,
Okay,
and I don't
so
want to spray it on them.
I'll spray it. So, right here. Just like that. See? All coated. Katie's going to add in the golden syrup. I put a teaspoon of baking soda in there, not baking powder.
Yes.
Baking soda is the same as bicarbonate soda.
Baking powder has, cornstarch in it?
Yeah, I believe so. Or, it may not have cornstarch. It may have, oh shoot, I forget. What is it? So, how many, oh, there it is. I believe is it 2 tablespoons of water?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to put that in there, and it fizzed. And so now we're going to stir it up.
Stir it up until it's frothy.
Oh, it smells like caramel. So I believe that is frothy. If you look in there, it has the bubbles. That's frothy. All right, so now we're going to add our butter in. I'm liking these cookies already.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to stir that in. And that's a half a cup of butter.
Which is 1 stick.
Yeah. All right. So now we are going to mix in our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. All right. So we've got this all mixed up really well. And we are going to take about tablespoons. It says tablespoon sizes. And we're going to place them on our cookie sheet, leaving enough room for them to spread a little, is what it said. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The recipe that we have says put in a slow oven. So that tells me that this is an old recipe. So we figured slow oven is about 350 degrees because most recipes cookie recipes in the States are anywhere between 350 and 375. So we have our oven set at 350 and it doesn't say how long. So we're gonna check them. So I believe with these kind of cookies, they're actually supposed to be a crunchy cookie. They're not supposed to be chewy. So we're gonna bake them until they're nice and firm. All right, so our timer went off. So we're looking at, I think 12 minutes for our oven was good. I would start at 10 and then go from there. We're gonna let these sit for about 5 minutes because if we try to move them now, they'll want to fall apart on us. So that's a kind of a little tip when you're doing any kind of cookie. Just let them sit on your baking sheet until they firm up enough that you can move them to your cooling rack. It's been 5 minutes, so we're going to take these and put them on our cooling rack. I can tell you the smell in here is amazing. These smell really good.
Yeah.
All right, and so we're gonna let these cool and then we'll give them a try. So the smell in this house is amazing. These are our ANZAC cookies or biscuits, depending on where you're from. So we are going to give these a whirl and see what we think of them.
You guys are grabbing the same cookie.
Grab a cookie. Grab a cookie. All right, so.
That's good. I like that.
That is good.
All I need in life is right here.
This tastes like the top to apple crisp. An entire cookie made out of the top of the apple crisp. These are awesome. Thank you, Amy T, for the recipe. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below and more updates as we go, guys.
Bye.
Bye.